Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the greatest, most attractive characters ever thought up. Plushtubers, some of the greatest and most attractive
with a
people
15-year-old.
ever. I don't really know what to say for this intro, honestly. I mean, you know what Sonic is, you know what Plushtubers are, put them together, and we got some of the greatest creative minds of our generation.
Fuck you, Tails, you piece of shit.
Let's talk about them.
Oh my god, what is that smell? Sonic, don't come any closer. Knuckles, what's going on?
The best way I can describe Sonic and Friends is it's like the crazy Mario Bros of Sonic Plus channels, which makes sense because the two of them have collabed before. It's more or less just the standard content you expect from a grown man who plays with dolls for a living, although it's not necessarily the most interesting channel ever. Like, I mean, there's like nothing wrong with it, it's just like the channel is for babies. So I mean, it's not really my thing, I'll be honest. The channel has like a weird obsession with these Sonic ball plushes that GE made for some reason. There's like 10 of these lazy blank character videos where the character just gets fat and then does fuck all for 20 minutes. So, yeah.
Because now my food is right in front of me already, and I can scarf it down.
No, I'm not letting you have this.
I guess my only real issue with this channel is that the videos are very, very long, like longer than they have any right to be. Like, there's no reason for Sonic meets Sprunky to be almost 40 minutes, you know? I really like their video Ugly Sonic, which came out like 5 years too late.
Too late.
15 years too late.
The plot is Sonic gets hit by a fucking car, and that turns him ugly. And then the whole thing is just characters running around insulting his appearance. Like, there's a part where Whisper from the IDW comic shows up, and she's about to, like, pull a gun on him. Then there's a part where Rouge offers to give Sonic makeup to make him look less hideous for just like completely free. Like, she doesn't ask for anything in return, she just wants to do this. Would it not be more in character for her to be like, wow, Sonic is really fucking disgusting looking, but I can doll him up into a cute twinkish femboy for you, but in return I want the fucking Master Emerald. And then Knuckles, who doesn't like her in these videos for some reason, can be like,
No! Fuck you!
Before becoming Sonic and Friends, the channel was actually mostly Mario focused, and all the older videos are Mario Plus videos, which are just sort of your standard affair of child with a camcorder just going buck wild. But then they introduced a new series called Sonic Boom Plus Shorts, which would do significantly better than anything else on the channel, and the rest was history. Somehow a Sonic Boom Plus Shorts video is still the most viewed on the entire channel. Don't ask me how Sonic Boom Plus Shorts Hide and Seek has 13 million views. I know it might seem like I've been shitting on this channel a lot, but like genuinely, I don't really have any issue with it. It's just, there's just not a whole lot to talk about, honestly, with it. Saf, if you see this, I'm sorry, man, you know, but like I don't have any issue with the content. I think content's actually, I think you make pretty good kids content, actually. You know, I don't have any issue with it. It's just not the most interesting thing to talk about, you know. Saf actually has a second channel called Manando Strife, I think that's how you pronounce it. They haven't posted it in 2 years, but I genuinely like it more than Sonic and Friends. I think this is generally the best content he's ever made is on this channel. He had an Among Us plush series in 2020 that started off all like episodic and funny and whatever, but then I got like this massive storyline about how the Among Us games people play are just like these massive shared dreams they all have or something. And it's like spending time in the Among Us dreams is like causing them to go like insane in the real world and turn like zombies or whatever. So like a team of like players like team up to like go into the games and like destroy them and find out who's doing all this stuff. And there's like fight scenes in it and like multi-hour movies that genuinely go so hard.
It's impossible. This kind of power shouldn't exist. There's only one explanation for this. This is the power of the crystal.
Alright, let me give Saf a genuine compliment. I like how they actually get female voice actresses to voice female characters instead of doing what most plushtubers do, which is just doing their best high-pitched girly voice for the females. It actually like it always, I always like when plus channels go the extra mile and give the female characters female voice actors. It always, it always just, it makes things a lot better. It's always better when there's more production quality and they don't just go the lazier route, which I bring up because we're gonna see what going down the laser route looks like in a minute. But yeah, Saf, you're pretty cool, you're pretty alright. I like your videos, it's pretty good. So yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, keep on going. It's pretty alright. It's pretty cool. Hope you're enjoying those fat shadow blocks.
There you go, Big Blue. Happy Halloween, big boy. Haha, thanks, Mommy. I mean, Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Thanks, Roost.
SuperSonicBlake might be one of the weirdest fucking plush channels I've ever seen, and I'm kind of obsessed with it.
I spent thousands on toys!
Weird flex, but okay. If Titototter didn't exist, I would say Blake is the SML equivalent of Sonic plush channels. And what I mean by that is a lot of the humor relies on stereotypes of minorities and women, and most of the plots and video ideas are built around current trends, because, of course they are.
I guess, but I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Knuckles, but we can't change your skin color.
For some reason, he's made a video about, like, every single individual Sonic Movie 3 toy that's come out, which, I mean, I guess that's a great way to write them off on your taxes. I really like the one about the crab mech toy, because there's a part in it where Sonic meets Tails' gay cousin, Gales, and he, like, implies that he thinks that Gales, like, sexually assaulted him just because he's gay, I guess. And then Espio is also in it, and like he's a Asian stereotype because why wouldn't he be? And then there's a part towards the end where Amy says thank God, but instead of God she says thank tampons because she is a woman and women use tampons, obviously.
So what's your bra size? Oh, don't wear one? Don't worry, girl. I don't wear one either. I'm free boobing it out here.
Thank tampons would be my favorite line ever spoken in all of plush tubing history. Speaking of Amy, one of the first videos on this channel I watched was one titled Treasure Hunter Knuckles. And this video is like a fucking anomaly on this channel. Like, there's no other video on this channel that's quite like it. It looks like any other normal video on the channel on the surface, but then when you click on it, it's just sort of off. For starters, it's edited really strangely. Like I'll admit, I didn't watch too much of this channel, but from what I saw, there's no other videos quite like this one that have all these sorts of effects and green screens and stuff. Most of the time it's just his house or a really small set. But like this one has a lot of effects and green screen. It just looks kind of weird, which, I mean, yeah, I don't want to like bully this random guy for being an amateur at video post-production and effects and whatnot, but like I don't know, it just looks a little strange.
Ah, motherfucker, asshole, bitch!
What? Owie!
God damn, it's my biggest fear of all time. Snakes.
But the main thing about this video that separates it from any others is the voices of Rouge and Amy. Like, they sounded really off. Like, it doesn't sound like Blake's voice. The voices sound really strange and almost robotic in a way, So I checked the description, and yep, it's fucking AI, because of course it is. How the fuck could you do this, SuperSonicBlake? What's next? Are you gonna replace Gales with an AI? Huh? Is that what's next, you piece of fucking shit? I skimmed through other videos posted around the same time as this one, and from what I can tell, it seems that this one and one other are the only two videos on the channel which utilize AI to voice a character, which is good, so he has stopped and now he does the voices himself again, but like, I don't know, it's just kind of fucked that he did this in the first place. I'm not even, like, upset, honestly. I just genuinely don't understand, like, why. Like, the ad doesn't even sound good. It sounds like shit.
Come to mommy, my precious egg.
Like, I mean, yeah, your voice, it's like you don't do the greatest girl voice ever, but it's better than the fucking AI. Like I like when Amy is just your voice without any effects added to it. She sounds like Miss Piggy. It's funny.
Fellow gamers!
Now the girl voices are just his voice, but pitched up, and they sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks characters, which I mean is fine, but yeah, I just honestly I just don't understand why the AI was used for just these like 2 videos. So I can only assume he must have gotten some backlash for it, which is why he reverted the decision. But I mean, whatever, I guess. It's like, again, it's not that big a deal. It's just kind of funny. Okay, again, I know it might seem like I've been dogging on this channel a lot, but like, genuinely, I harbor no hatred in my heart for SuperSonicBlake. There was like some SuperSonicBlake drama, I think. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I could never bring myself to hate something so peak. I like to make a lot of dumb jokes and exaggerated claims in these videos for the sake of comedy. But like, genuinely, I don't really care that much about like Blake using AI or these videos being kind of shit, But I genuinely, I think it's just more funny than anything else.
Blake, you're a weird little fucker, but I like ya.
I realize I haven't really spoken much about any specific characters on any of these channels, so let me rectify that now, because I want to talk about the best character in all of plush tubing history, Sammy.
Oh my god, I'm like so sure it's Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirter.
Sammy is like this weird-ass Sonic fanboy who like hangs out with the main cast sometimes, and he's one of the SML puppets, but just like dressed in Sonic clothes. I don't know why he exists, but he's great. I love him. He's amazing. He's basically just that Chris Chan parody from that one Sonic Boom episode, but he's named just Sammy, which I can only assume is meant to be naming him after Sammy Classic Sonic fan, which is just really funny. So yeah, SuperSonicBlake. This is probably going to be the longest segment. This channel is just really interesting to me, okay? Have you watched Shadow Meets Keanu Reeves? Again, no hate to Blake or anything. This content is absolutely amazing. And Blake, if you see this, please make a video about the Gerald Robotnik action figure. That'd be really great. That would be really funny. I would love that video. All right, now let's move the hell on, because we gotta do it. Like, oh my god. I've already made a whole entire video about Titototter, so I'm gonna try to keep this section short. I just feel like I should probably mention the largest Sonic Plush channel in a video about Sonic Plush channels. Plus, there have been a few new developments and things have happened to the Titototter channel since my video was uploaded, so I can talk about all that. Consider this segment basically just like an update or like an add-on to my other video. And if you want like a full, actual, like more in-depth look at the Titototter channel, just go and watch that video after you're done with this one. So anyways, since my last video, the Titototter channel has undergone a complete overhaul, with the banner, PFP, and thumbnail styles all being changed to be less reminiscent of SML and more of its own thing, which I like, honestly. It all feels more Sonic-y now, and like Tito's trying to break out of that mold of just SML with Sonic characters that he's probably been trapped in for a while now. And I like, I like that, it seems to be getting a bit more original now. Before that, though, Tito posted some of his worst videos ever, that being the whole, Fat Sonic arc, which was, the Fat Sonic was the most recent video at the time of mine going up. But then, since then, he made, like, 6 more videos that are just Sonic, but morbidly obese, running around trying to eat food while Amy yells at him. They're really weird. I don't like these videos just feel off. I don't know. I just don't like. Why did Sonic skin Cody SML and wear his chest like a shirt? What the fuck is? But then finally he got back on track with his video Stolen Master Emerald, and you know what? It's pretty good. And he made a part 2 that's also pretty good. And like I said, it feels like Tito's really trying to stray away from the whole SML thing, because his videos feel a lot more like his own thing, a lot less like SML. Like, in fact, Knuckles even got a new voice actor who isn't SML Anthony, which is kind of cool. Although, again, all of this happened after I released my video. And in that video, the whole thing was like I was saying Titototter and Curb Stomp are like channels that Logan's influence infected. Like, Logan's some kind of disease, and he infects these channels and turns them into just SML copycats. So I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the very few people who's ever made a video about Titototter. So part of me wonders if he saw that video and didn't understand the joke, and then therefore tried to be less like SML because of it. Like, maybe he thought this is how people actually perceive his channel. I don't know, but that'd be really funny if that was the case. Tito, man, sorry if, like, if you see this, like, sorry if I, like, hurt your feelings or something with my video if you watched it. I mean, I like your channel better. I think it's better now than it was before. But, like, sorry if if I, like, upset you or something. I was joking around, man. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I'm actually kind of hopeful for the future of Titototter if it continues on like this, because, like, genuinely, these are the best videos that they've made in years, and I genuinely like the recent ones a lot. So if it keeps on, going like this, then I genuinely think this channel can be pretty good and definitely separate itself from the idea of just being SML but Sonic. I only have one complaint, one critique. I must say, where the fuck is Jet the Hawk? I mean this with no exaggeration when I say ExHalo is probably my favorite Plush channel out of just, like, all of them.
Should I be offended by this?
This channel is, like, genuinely, unironically incredible, and the amount of effort and quality in every single one of these videos is insane.
What the booba? So, I bet these Eggmen think they're pretty strong, huh? Well, I can't believe I packed white strong Eggmen in this way. I do need those. Let's test them out! Yeah!
ExHalo goes above and beyond with the production quality of all of their videos in a way I can't say I've really seen any other Plush channel do. It's honestly kind of really small stuff too, like the way he controls the plushies. Like, he's able to pose them in such dynamic and cool looking ways. It's not just shaking a doll in front of a camera. There's, like, actual effort gone into posing them. Sometimes they're even animated, and it just looks really good. He's also just a genuinely really talented voice actor, is able to put a lot of emotion and expression into what the characters say, and that match with just how dynamically they move really just, it really makes them feel alive. You almost forget sometimes you're watching a video that at the end of the day is just some grown man playing with dolls. I like how he gives them little facial expressions also. That's something that Saf also does, but I intentionally chose to only mention it here because I like ExHalo more than Saf.
Oh, Sonic and friends. Y'all know ExHalo.
The channel has a large mix of both serious and more comedic plush videos, which I think is really cool. Like, for example, the incredible duology of Eggman Super, some of the funniest YouTube videos I think I've ever watched.
No! Ha! Stop this nonsense! The fate of the future lies within your hands! Clash, is it not?
Then on the other hand, we have his Amy Loves Sonic plush series, which I genuinely think is like the magnum opus of plush tubing. Everything great about this channel is present here and cranked up to the max. It's not just a great plush story, it's just genuinely a really well-made, well-told, fan-made Sonic story. The plot is that after Sonic fails to show up to a promised date with Amy, she goes out to find him and sees him talking to two guys and mistaking him making fun of Eggman as him making fun of her, so she bonks him over the head with her hammer, which accidentally sends him into this strange machine that the other two characters were showing him, which, for all they know, has just killed him. Amy, in her grief, goes to a mysterious man in the forest known only by the name of the Pink Hood, who uses the power of a Chaos Emerald to revive Sonic from the dead. However, what he brings into this world is not Sonic. It's merely a demon that has somehow managed to resemble his form. This being is known as Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe steals Sonic's life and identity, and slowly begins killing off characters one by one. The main cast eventually notice, but it's too late, and he manages to kill all of them. Meanwhile, Tails manages to get his hands on the machine, and is able to fix it, bringing back Sonic from wherever he was, and it comes down to a 1v1. Sonic versus this evil, twisted, killer version of himself. But nothing seems to be enough to take him down. He is able to come back from every attack like it's nothing, and eventually gets Sonic in the position to kill him. Yet he can't do it. After all, Sonic is his greatest idol. What? It turns out, EXE's plan this whole time was to kill all of Sonic's friends, and then replace them with his own EXE-ified version of them that are actually just his other demon friends from Hell, which is where he's actually from, which honestly makes more sense than actual Sonic EXE lore. And Sonic, well, he understands him now. EXE isn't some heartless monster. He's just a lonely demon who wanted some friends, wanted to meet his biggest hero. So Sonic decides to make a deal with him. If he brings back all of Sonic's friends from the dead, then he'll agree to be EXE's friend. And EXE takes him up on this offer. Sonic's friends are all revived, as apparently EXE was just saving their souls this entire time for some reason. But I mean, they are justifiably pretty mad at this guy for killing him as soon as they come back. EXE tells Sonic to call it off, but he doesn't, and he kicks him right in the face because fuck Sonic EXE. And now everyone is back for the big final showdown. Even Pink Hood comes out of the woodworks to help fight alongside Sonic EXE, but the combined strength of everyone is enough to finally put a stop to Sonic EXE once and for all, and drive Pink Hood into hiding, presumably never to be seen again. The day is saved, everyone is back, and life can finally proceed on as normal. However, Amy decides to separate herself from everyone else. I mean, this whole thing was basically her fault. You know, she doesn't think anyone really wants to be around her anymore, and she seems to understand that. Amy sits atop a hill alone until finally one person comes to comfort her and make good on that promised date from the very beginning. Peak fucking cinema. Also, ExHalo actually got a voice actress for Amy for this series. Take notes, Blake. ExHalo also makes a whole lot of the music for his videos himself, and he is like genuinely a really talented music producer, because this shit goes so fucking hard. He also has his main series, the Sonic Plush Show, which I'll admit I haven't watched a whole lot of, mostly because there's just a lot of it and I don't really have the time to watch it all. But from what I have seen, it looks just as good as all the rest of his videos. So, yeah. There's a lot of really long videos on this channel, but honestly, unlike with most people, I don't really mind, because these videos are actually good, and justify being the length that they are. So yeah, ExHalo, probably my favorite plush tuber of, like, all plush tubers. Larry ExHalo, if you see this, I think you're really cool, and make really cool videos, and I really like your videos, and yeah, and keep on making them, please. That's the sick. Oh, also, ExHalo, where the sky's the limit, is my new vocal stem.
Good morning, class.
So yeah, Sonic Plush channel is maybe a bit of a mixed bag, but I'd say overall these channels are all pretty alright. So I only talked about 3, technically 4.
I'm in the video game too.
Channels in this video. I probably could have talked about more if I wanted to, but I just feel like these are the 3 that had the most about them that could fill a video. And oh, look at the runtime. I was right. Again, no hate towards anyone mentioning this video or anything. I think all these channels are honestly pretty good, or like at least fine and harmless at the very least. So yeah. But anyways, I never know how to end these things. So watch ExHalo. Watch the Amy Loves Sonic series. I know I just spoiled the entire thing for you, but do it anyways. It's still really great. You should experience it yourself. It's great. Okay, let's end us out with a funny clip. Okay, I got one.
Alright, donkey, you're severely mistaken. I'm not stuck in here. You are. Up in the crib, sipping Dr. Perky, Dr. Perky, up in the crib, and okie dokie, okie dokie, up in the crib, sipping Dr. Bob, Dr. Bob.